Okay, so today we are going to talk about control statements. So, what is control statements? What are the three different types of control statements? Okay, and you take any programming language, you take Java, Python, JavaScript, Ruby, C Sharp, you take any programming language. When I say control statements, is nothing but there are three types of control statements. One is a decision statement, and the second one is looping statement, and the third one is break and continue statements. Okay, in the control statements, there are three types. So what is control statements? Control statements are basically used to control your code, control the flow of the code. Okay, so let's say this is your piece of code. Okay, this is your piece of code. Okay, so I want to run these three lines of code and I don't want to run the remaining four lines of code. So this is nothing but controlling the flow of the execution. Okay, so let's say, so I want to execute this lines of code. I also want to execute this lines of code, but I don't want to execute the middle one. Okay, so if you want to control the flow of execution, if you want to control the execution of the code, okay, and if you want to decide which lines of code you want to execute, which lines of code you don't want to execute, right, and if you want to execute the code repeatedly, so if you want to do these kind of things, we have to use control statements. So let's talk about decision statements. So what is a decision statement? So when you want to execute the code based on the condition, you can choose decision statement. If the condition is satisfied, then only I want to execute this code. If the condition is not satisfied, then only I want to execute this code. So based on the condition, if you want to execute certain code, depends on the condition result, then you can choose decision statement. Okay, so let's take this simple example. So before that, in the decision statement, we have three types. One is if statement, another one is if else statement, and another one is if else if statement. Okay, so let's start with the first one, if statements. Let me copy this code, and you can open any online compiler. Go to any online compiler and remove this code and paste our code. Okay, so tell me what is the output. So the value of there are two variables here, a and b. The value of variable a is 33. The value of variable a is 33 and the value of variable b is 200. Okay, b greater than a. What is the value of b? 200. 200 greater than a. 200 greater than a, that is nothing but 33. 200 greater than 33. Is it true? 200 greater than 33, is it true or false? Yes or no? Tell me. 200 greater than 33, yes or no?
Answer is yes.
The answer is yes. If the answer is yes, 200 greater than 33. If the answer is yes, yes is nothing but true. No is nothing but false. In the programming language, yes is nothing but true. No is nothing but false. 200 greater than 33. That is true. If the condition is true, then you execute the statement. B is greater than A. Let me see. Now you can see B is greater than A. So let's make a small change. 330. Okay. So now tell me 200 greater than 330. Is it true or false?
False.
200 greater than 330. True or false?
It's false.
If the condition is false, it's false. If the condition is false, remember, if the condition is false, the code which is inside the if block, the code which is inside the if block won't be executed. Now you can see there is nothing printed. This code is not executed because the condition is false, and if the condition is false, the code which is inside the if block won't be executed. Now let's talk about if else statement. Okay, so let me take this code, copy, and go to the online compiler, remove the existing one, paste it. Okay, so before we run it, let's try to evaluate what would be the answer. So A is 200, B is 33, B greater than A. That is nothing but B is 33. 33 greater than 200. 33 greater than 200.
False.
33 greater than 200. Okay, obviously it is false. As the condition is false, the code which is inside this if block wouldn't be executed, and it will go to else block. Okay, if the condition is true, it will go inside the if block. If the condition is false, it will go to the else block. Okay, at this moment the condition becomes false. The code which is inside the else block will be executed. That is, B is not greater than A. B is not greater than A. Another program. If given number is 1, print ONA. If given number is 2, print 2WO. If given number is 3, print 3. If given,
I tried to do the previous example, but I get syntax error.
okay, 1 second. Let me complete this. If given number is any other, print unknown. Okay, so this is the program that we are trying to do here. Okay, so let's take a variable called number. You give any value, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, any number you can give. For me right now I'm giving 2. Okay, so what is the program? If given number is 1, if number is 1, I should print ONE 1. Okay, else print 2wo2. So what if the given number is 3? If the given number is 3, I should print 3, no?
Yeah.
But I'm accommodating number 1. Okay. If the given number is 1, I'm printing 1. Otherwise, I'm printing 2. What about 3? What if the given number is 3?
So you
If the
should
given number is
print
3,
3, right? Not based on that.
if the given number is 3, it should print 3. If the given number is 3, it should print 3. As per the program, if the given number is 3, it should print 3. But right now it is printing 2. So what I'm going to tell you now is very important, that if there are more number of conditions, I want all of you to remember and note it. If there are more number of conditions, you need to choose if, else if, else if. Okay. What is the syntax? This is the syntax. If, else if in shortcut ELIF. Okay. Else if number equal to 2, you should print 2. Again, give the space. Number equal to 3, you should print 3. Else, so I give the number 1, so it will print 1. Okay. If I give the number 3, it will print 3. If I give something else, if I give number 5, okay, so there is no condition which can accommodate 5, so obviously it will go to else.
Unknown.
So in the else, I should print unknown. Okay. So this is very important program. You can see unknown. Okay. So let's repeat one more time. Let's give different values and understand how the flow executes. Okay. I gave 1. When I gave 1, first it will come here. It will come here. Number equal to 1. So what is the value of number? 1. 1 equal to 1. Is it true or false?
True.
True.
If it is true, the code which is inside the current block, that is if block, gets executed. So print 1 should be printed. Okay. Let me run this code. Okay. 1 is printed. Now let's try with another number. Okay. Let me try with another number 3. Okay. So number is 3. 3 equal to 1. True or false?
It's false.
False. False means the code which is inside the if block won't gets executed. Okay. Again, number is 3. 3 equal to 2. True or false?
False.
False. That means the code which is inside the current block won't get executed. Now again we are here, line number 12. Okay. Else if, again number is 3. 3 equal to 3. True or false?
True.
True. If the condition is true, from the beginning I am telling, if the condition is true, the code which is inside that block gets executed. Okay. So when I run this program, it should print what number?
3.
3. Can you see that? 3. Okay. If I give something else, let me give 5. Is 5 equal to 1? Yes or no?
No, it will
Unknown.
go to the last line to unknown.
Yeah.
Unknown.
So 5 equal to 1? No. 5 equal to 2? No. 5 equal to 3? No. So then finally it will come else part. Okay, unknown. Okay, and one last thing I wanted to mention, when I give the number 1, 1 equal to 1, true or false?
True.
True. Okay, so then print 1 gets executed. Okay, so remember, if one condition is satisfied, very important, please remember, please note it, if one condition is satisfied, the remaining code doesn't get executed. This is very, very important. Many people gets confused here. Many people doesn't understand. Okay, if one condition is satisfied, the remaining code doesn't gets executed. Okay, so let's take one more thing. I'm making it 2. So 2 equal to 1. 2 equal to 1. False. Okay, this code won't get executed. Now 2 equal to 2. True. Okay, the code which is inside the else if gets executed. Okay, when this code is executed, one block is satisfied already. Okay, then the remaining blocks won't get executed. This is very important. Okay, clear? Okay, the next topic that we are going to discuss is looping statement. Looping statement is also part of the control statement. When it comes to looping statement, so the name itself suggests looping. Okay, it is nothing but if you want to execute, if you want to execute set of lines, set of statements, if you want to execute set of statements continuously until a condition is satisfied. Okay, so basically looping statement allows you to execute the same set of statements repeatedly. So let's look into what are the different types of looping statements. Okay, so majorly there are two types of looping statements. You take any programming language, not only Python, you take any programming language, Java, C Sharp, Ruby, whatever it is, there are majorly two looping statements. One is for loop and the other one is while loop. Okay, so both are having the same purpose only, but a minor changes are there. Okay, with for loop you can reduce the number of lines, whereas with while loop the number of lines will be little bit increased. Okay, so let's see what is for loop, what is while loop. So let's start with while loop. That's a basic one first of all. Okay, take this code, go to our online compiler. You can take any online compiler. I'm not recommending anything, but you can take any online compiler for Python. Okay, so you take a Java compiler and then try to run the Python, it will not work. You have to take online Python compiler only. Okay, remember that's very important. So there are some people, they take online C compiler and then they try to execute the Python, or they take online JavaScript compiler, they try to execute the Python. It won't work. You have to take the same thing. Okay, so let's look at this program. Okay, so there is a variable called I. There is a variable called I whose value is initially 1. Okay, and there is a while syntax. So it says that I less than 6. I less than 6. Okay, what is I value?
1.
What is I value at this moment?
1,
1.
1,
1. 1 less than 6. Is it true or false?
True.
1 less than 6. True. If the
True.
condition is true, remember always, if the condition is true, the code which is inside the block gets executed. Okay, that is print I. Okay, the output is, check here. I'm also writing it here. Output. Okay, output is 1. Okay, and then one more statement, I plus equal to 1. Okay, this is a increment statement. This is a increment statement. You can also simply write it as I equal to I plus 1. You can also do like this. Okay, I equal to I plus 1. So what is the value of I at this moment? The value of I at this moment is 1. 1 plus 1, 2. And the value 2 will be assigned to I again. Okay, now the I has become 2. Okay, now again the while loop gets executed. The while loop gets executed. The loop will be keep continuous. All of you remember, the loop will be always continuous until until the condition is not satisfied. As long as the condition is satisfied, the loop will be keeps continuous. The loop will be keep executed. Okay, the loop will broke only when the condition is not satisfied. Okay, so now again we came to while loop. So what is the value of I at this moment? Look at this one. Look at this one. What is the value of I at this moment?
2,
2. 2 less than 6. True or false?
true,
True. If the condition is satisfied, the code which is inside the block gets executed. That is print of I. Right now the value of I is 2. I am printing 2 in the output. And I equal to I plus 1. This is the increment statement. Okay. Right now I is 2. 2 plus 1, 3. 3 will be assigned back to I. So I become 3. The loop continues while 3 less than 6. 3 less than 6. True or false?
true,
True.
True. Okay. So when the condition is satisfied, the code which is inside the block gets executed. That is print of I. At this moment, the value of I is 3. I will be printed. And I equal to I plus 1. 3 becomes 4. Okay. And again, loop gets executed. 4 less than 6. That's true. You come
true,
inside the while. Print the value of I. At this moment, the value of I is 4. You print 4.
4,
Okay, and I equal to I plus 1. I is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. I become 5. Okay, now again loop continues. 5 less than 6. Again true. Okay, you print the value of I, that is 5. And I equal to I plus 1. The value of I becomes, see this, the value of I becomes 6. And the loop continues. 6 less than 6. Very important. Very important. 6 less than 6. Is it true or
This
false?
is false. False.
6 less than 6. Obviously, it is false. If the condition is false, the code which is inside the while block won't get executed. Okay. So that means the program is completed. There is nothing to execute further. And the output is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let me run this program and see the output. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So that's how the looping statements gets executed. The looping statements keep gets executed until the condition is satisfied. The moment the condition is not satisfied, the loop will be broken. Okay, so please take this code. Now let's talk about the for loop. So here 1 to 5 I am printing. Okay. Okay. So if you want to use for loop, you need to use a concept called a range. Okay, you need to take a concept called range. Okay, so what is the range here? What is the range here?
Six.
That means 6 is nothing but the range starts from 0. If you don't give anything, the range starts from 0. 0 to 6. Okay,
Six.
6 minus 1. Okay. So it is basically, if you give n, it is nothing but n minus 1. Okay, so 0 to 6 minus 1, that is 0 to 5. Clear? So if you give 6, you have to calculate inside that 6 minus 1, 5. The range is 5. If you give 8 minus 1, okay, the range is 7. Okay, it should be like this. So 0 to, so initially, as I said, 0 to 5. Okay, 6 minus 1, 5. Okay, so the value of 0 first, it will go to x. Okay, this is the syntax. This is the syntax. We can't do anything. This is a Python syntax. We have to follow. We have to understand. We have to learn this way only. Okay, the range, the initial range is 0. 0 goes to x. Okay, the value of x is at this moment 0. Okay, so print x. Okay, it will, the output will be 0. Okay, now again the for loop continues. The range 0 is already done. Okay, the next range is 1. Okay, the value of 1 will goes to x, and you are printing the x, that is nothing but 1. Okay, now range of 6. Okay, so in the range 0 is completed, 1 is completed, the next range is 2. Okay, the value of 2 will be go to x. Okay, so you will print 2. So like that it will keep goes on. Okay, so at one moment the range becomes 5. Okay, the value 5 goes to x. Okay, the value 5 goes to x. Okay, and then you print x, that is 5. You print x, that is 5. Okay, and then for loop continues. The range is over, 0 to 5 only, right? Okay, so 0 to 5 we reached. Okay, the for loop now terminates. So that's how the for loop works here with the help of range. So take this program. Okay, so let's take another example, something very similar. Okay, so here the range starts from 2 and 2 to 6. Okay, as I mentioned, the last number always gets minus 1. Okay, so it is like 2 to 5. It will go like 2 to 5. Okay, so when the for loop starts, the range starts from 2. The value 2 will go to x. Okay, the value 2 will go to x. Okay, the value of x at this moment is, in the very beginning the value of x is 2, and then you come inside the for loop, print x, that is 2. Okay, so again go to the for loop. The loop gets executed until the condition is satisfied. Okay, now the loop gets executed. The range becomes, already the range is 2. Now the next range is 3. Okay, the value of 3 will go to x. The value of, now the value of 3 go to x. Okay, so print x, that is 3. Okay, now the next range is 4, right? Okay, the value of 4 goes to x and you print the x, that is 4. Okay, the next stage is 5. The value of 5 go to x and you print 5. Okay, the next range is 6. The range 6 is not available. As I told, n minus 1, 6 minus 1 is 5. Okay, the range 6 is not available. The program gets terminated or ended, and you can see the output 2 to 5 only. Okay, so this is another example. Now let's take another example. So this is very interesting and very important. What is the start range? What is the start
2.
range?
2.
Start range. What is the start range?
2.
What is the ending range?
29.
It is 30. As I mentioned, n minus 1, 29. Okay, you are right. 29. Now, very important. What is this 3? So this 3 talks about, the argument 3. This is the first argument, this is the second argument, and this is the third argument. You can say argument or parameter. Okay, the third parameter is what? What is this third parameter? The third parameter is 3. That is clear, that is visible, that is understand. What is this 3? What is this third parameter? The third parameter is, remember, very important, it is increment or decrement value. If it is plus, it increment. If it is minus, it will decrement. What it will increment, what it will decrement. Okay, we'll talk about that. Okay, so the first thing is the value of x. Initially the value of x is 2. Okay, so it'll come inside the for loop. The output is, the x will be printed, that is 2. Okay, the next thing is, after 2, what is the next range? What is the next range? After 2, what is the next range?
5.
Is it 3 or what?
It's 3, but what is that 3 over there at the end?
Yes. Okay, if you don't mention the third argument, if you don't mention the increment or decrement, obviously the next value will be 3 plus 1, 3. Okay, but here you mentioned 3 plus 3 plus 3, that is increment. Okay, 2 plus 3, how much? 2 plus
5.
3, how much? 5. Okay, the value of 5 goes to x and print x, the 5 will be printed. Okay, and then after 5, what is the next stage? 5
8.
plus 3, 8. 8 will be printed. And then what is the next stage?
11.
11. 8 plus 3, 11.
11.
8 will be, sorry, 11 will be printed. Okay, and then the next stage is
14.
14.
14.
14 will be printed. So like that, it will keep on incremented and it will be keep on printed. Let me run this program. Okay, so 2, 5, 8, 11, 14, and then 17, 20, 23, 26, 29. That's all. Up to 29, right? We wanted to, what the last range is 29. Okay, up to 29, it has printed. Okay,